Hey guys, it's JP, and this time we will talk about the benefits of using the treadmill as you run. I wanted to make this video as some people tend to have a negative view of utilizing a treadmill. However, is it really not worth incorporating at all? Now, I get it. Ideally, the best way to prepare for a race on the ground is to have most of your training on the ground. However, there are times to use a treadmill. So now, let's go over some of those uses. From a rehab standpoint, if you are limited by knee pain, using the treadmill can be helpful as it may be a way to help you learn how to decrease loads around the knee. This is done through step rate manipulation, which is changing how quickly you take steps as you run. Increasing your step rate by 5% could possibly decrease loads around the knee by up to 20%. Now, step rate manipulation can be performed on the ground as well, but many people tend to increase their speed as they try to increase their step rate, which may minimize the offloading of the knee. The treadmill is nice because you can set a constant pace to make it easier to increase step rate without increasing speed. Another reason to use it is to guard against weather or environmental concerns. This can be something to consider as weather, temperature, and the environment can affect your running performance. For example, you may decide to use a treadmill if there is an excessive downpour or snow happening outside because of safety concerns. Or air quality may not be as great due to something like fires that may be occurring in the area, which actually tends to happen where I live in the Northern California region. Another example goes along what I mentioned in recent videos, like being in hilly terrain. If you are coming back from an injury and are starting to run again, running on a treadmill may be a decent option to start again if your area is filled with hills. Now, we looked at some of these uses from a rehab perspective, but how about when training? When training, a treadmill can be useful when setting up heart rate training zones. When someone wants to train in this manner, a treadmill can be useful to find your max heart rate to determine your specific zones for training. Now, I won't get into the specifics on how to do that in this video, but maybe I'll talk about it in another time. I should also mention that I recommend doing this with caution and consulting a healthcare professional prior to attempting this for safety reasons. One last use I will talk about here is using a treadmill to analyze running mechanics. As I mentioned before, running mechanics are typically not significantly impacted when running at slower speeds. This can be a way to look at the way you run. And these are a few ways to use a treadmill. I hope you guys found this useful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, as well as any questions you may have. And as always, thank you for watching.